Good morning, students. In last lecture, we studied zeros of polynomial. Today, we will study further. We are studying here. Actually, with the first exercise I have explained. First, in first section today, we study relationship between zeros and coefficients of the polynomial. Students mainly will study in this section, will focus on quadratic polynomial. In what is quadratic polynomial? What is a form of quadratic polynomial? Normally quadratic polynomial is given by p of x, and quadratic polynomial meaning the power of x, highly power of x is 2, and it is normally given in symbolical form ax square plus bx plus c. This is quadratic polynomial. This is quadratic polynomial. Okay, what we are learning, the thing I have written the topic here: relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomial. What its meaning? You know that what are the zeros. Yesterday in last lecture we studied that one. And whatever the coefficient of the polynomial, that is nothing new. I would explain the meaning of coefficient by this polynomial. This is coefficient of x square, this is coefficient of x, and this is a constant term. So this particular coefficients will contain a, b and c all. A, b and c all. So as far as the term I have written here, I tell you that we have to explain, we have to find the relation between the zeros and a, b, c. These are called coefficient. So we have to find the relation between the zeros of the polynomial and coefficient meaning a, b, c. What is the relation between zeros of the polynomial and coefficient a, b, c? So okay, in next I would like to put one question, and according to question I would explain what is its meaning. So question will come: find the relationship or relation between zeros and coefficient of polynomial 3x square plus 5x minus 2. So I request you students, see the question carefully. Very important this is, and I am telling you that how we can find the relation between zeros and coefficients. So first of all, write your polynomial. You can give it name p of x. Now guys, you first find zeros of the polynomial. So let me explain that this is a quadratic polynomial. For finding zeros, first split into factors. We can call the method middle term splitting method. So okay, this is very familiar method. You should remember that. I have taught you this in class 9th. First you should write 5 in the bracket. And you remember that we will split 5 in the minus sign. We will split 5 in the minus sign, whose or definitely subtraction is 5, and multiplication should be 3 to the 6, meaning subtraction of this particular middle term is equal to 5. Subtraction follows this sign, and multiplication or product should be 3 to the 6. So I have to choose two such number whose subtraction is 5, whose product is 6. So in my mind you also can think that it is coming 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 itself 5, and 6 ones are 6. So student, hope you are getting that. Sometimes student used to write 3 plus 2. because they think that 3 plus 2 also 5 and 3 2s are 6. But let me explain that between them it is a plus sign. And you should remember that if it is a minus sign, this 5 should be split in a minus sign. Like this will be written 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. 6 ones are 6. Next is what? What you'll do? First multiply x inside the bracket. 6x minus 1x minus 2. Afterward, open the bracket with a plus sign. No sign change at all. Then after, take out, make a pair. Take out 3x common. Here it is x plus 2. And take out, if nothing is being common, take out 1 common. If it is minus sign, take also minus sign common. So it is x, no change at all because it is 1 common. But sign will change because minus and you have taken it out. So it's only x plus 2. Lastly, I would say two terms being here. First, x plus 2 will common. The remaining is 3x minus 1. So this is your polynomial. Now what you have to find out? You have to find the zeros of the polynomial. So student, you must remember whenever you want to find the zeros of any polynomial, you nothing worry about that. Take a zero. So please keep remember, whenever you want to find the zeros of the polynomial, you used to take the polynomial is equal to 0 and take one by one two options. First option will be x plus 2 is equal to 0. So answer will be x is equal to minus 2, and second 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Your answer will be 3x equal to 1. Your answer will be x equal to 1 by 3. So students, till now you got minus 2 and 1 by 3. And what they are? They are none else. They are zeros of the polynomial. So in next, I would again suggest you very important thing. Those two zeros what you got, name them. First alpha and second beta. Make a habit. Whatever zeros you got, this is a quadratic polynomial, so that you got two zeros. First is minus 2 and second is 1 by 3. Name them. First is alpha and second is beta. And normally in further of the questions you used to use this sign. So okay, first is alpha and second is beta. You already have got, these are what? These are zeros of the polynomial. These are zeros of the polynomial. Okay, we've got. Now we have to find the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. I asked you that what is the coefficient? So the coefficient of the polynomial is itself 3, itself 5, itself minus 2. These are coefficients. So okay, so what we have to do? Let me explain. Now we have to find relationship between zeros and coefficients. So how we can do it? See it properly. First you have to go through sum. Meaning for finding relationship between zeros and coefficient, you have to go with alpha plus beta. Sum of zeros. It is also called sum of zeros. It is also called sum of zeros. So alpha plus beta is equal to what? Alpha is equal to minus 2 and beta is equal to 1 upon 3. Now take an LCM. It is minus 6 plus 1. So it is minus 5 by 3. So student, look properly, which is very important concept now being here, that I have written here, find the zeros, which is alpha and beta, and coefficients. So look at 5 and 3, there seems a coefficient, and search out what they are. Look at here, 5, yes it is, 3, and it is. So minus being same, and instead of 5, write coefficient of x. Minus being same, so only 5 will be written because it is plus sign. So 5 will be written coefficient of x upon, what is 3? It's a coefficient of x square. So student, you please make the habit of this, because your answer will finish here that these are the zeros and this is a coefficient, and that shows relationship between zeros and coefficient. So only two things you have to do in this case. First sum and second product. So keep remember, always in that case you have to tell two things, alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. So alpha into beta says product of zeros. Okay, alpha into beta. What is alpha? minus 2. What is beta? 1 by 3. Look at properly. Minus 2 into 1, minus 2 upon 3, and see the answer. See the polynomial. What is 2? It is not 2, it is a minus 2. So in the case of that whole minus 2 will be written constant term. So sometimes student write here minus sign. Don't do this, because minus 2 is what? Constant term. So in that case, instead of minus 2, I will write constant term upon, what is 3? Again coefficient of x square. I will write here coefficient of x square. So this is again alpha into beta, and so these two terms, first this one and second this one, lastly says that these two is what? They are relationship between zeros and coefficient. So in all such kind of a question, whenever you would provided any quadratic polynomial, you have first to factorize that by middle term splitting, find its zeros of the polynomial, first named alpha and second is beta, then find relation. How to find relation? First alpha plus beta and second alpha into beta. So only the two things which is very important. Lastly, I want to tell you the conclusion, and this is very specific conclusion, that always alpha plus beta is negative, and always alpha plus beta, alpha into beta is positive. But this always negative and this always positive. This is a certain thing which follows in further questions, which is actually following this question. So okay students, till now you have got it. So you can write from the board in your fair copy. Now let me tell you one more questions which follow this one. So this will be just in your practice. I think this is very important as far as the exam is concerned. So one more question I want to take for you. Suppose question is example number 2. Example number 2. Find the zeros of the polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10 and verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So students, nothing new, same thing is coming, but you have to do a bit hard work. First you have to just judge that what is this? This is a polynomial, and which kind of polynomial that is? Quadratic polynomial. So first of all, what you do? This is middle term splitting. So as a normal method, I would write first 7 in a bracket, then I will split that 7 in addition sign. So addition of midterm will be itself 7, and product will be, because it is 10, it is 1 here, 10 ones are 10. So such two numbers whose addition is 7 and whose product is 10, one can simply predict that it is 5 and 2. 5 plus 2 is 7, and 5 2s are 10. Next is multiply 2x inside the bracket, it's a 5x and 2x. Afterward, open the bracket with plus sign. Then take out make a pair of these two. Take out x common, x plus 5. Take out 2 common, x plus 5. Lastly, x plus 5 will take out common. What remaining only? X plus 2. This is your p of x. Now what to do? What to do? P of x we got x plus 5 and x plus 2. Now taking as usual for finding zeros of the polynomial, first go this and second go this. So what answer? Minus 5. What answer? Minus 2. So these are none else. These are what? Zeros of the polynomial named alpha is equal to minus 5, beta is equal to minus 2. This is first section completed. Now we have to verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. So I'll go first sum alpha plus beta as usual. So you have to show two things together, alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. So alpha plus beta meaning minus 5 plus minus 2. Ultimately minus 5 minus 2, which is minus 7. So don't get confused. and remember my words which I told, that alpha plus beta always comes negative. And how to express that? Look at this is 7. Can you see only 7 here with the plus sign? Nothing minus sign. And what about the denominator side? It's 1. It's 1. So now students, write them. I have told you that alpha plus beta always negative. It is minus sign, so write minus sign further. This is 7 upon 1. So don't get surprised. Not instead of minus 7 we will write, but only instead of 7 we will write, because 7 is what? With plus sign. And 7 is what? Coefficient of x. So instead of that 7 I will write coefficient of x upon what is 1, and 1 looks here, 1 is coefficient of x square. So student, sometimes you ignore minus sign and get confused about that. Keep remember my words. Alpha plus beta always negative. If it is negative sign, save it. Keep here. Only write 7 upon 1, and C7 is what? Coefficient of x. Not minus, only plus. So instead of 7 I have written coefficient of x, and 1 is coefficient of x square. Second I will go with alpha plus into beta, which is minus 5 into minus 2, which is 10. And 10 is not, it's upon 1. And I have told you that alpha plus beta always positive, which is already positive. So what is 10? Look at constant term. Constant term. Upon what is 1? It's a coefficient of x square. So student, it's good enough of the day. Hope you got the concept, and I request you do the same question, question number 1 of your book, page number 33, exercise 2.2. So it's a whole question number 1 from 1 to 6. It's a homework. So do them, and if you have any doubt regarding that, you can consult with me. Thank you very much.